Hey everybody, welcome to the Daily Dose. My name is Brian. Sea anchors. Sea anchors. Now, if you're nautical that way, you probably already know what a sea anchor is, right? But for those of us that maybe are not so astute in the ways of professional sailors like myself, a sea anchor is something simply that slows you down when you're traveling in the water. You throw it out there, and it slows your progress. It slows your momentum. It kills whatever inertia you have from previously having power on your vessel. And I'm a believer that we've got two things. Every one of us has two things in our lives that are acting like sea anchors, that are taking away our momentum. They're squashing our inertia. And even though we may be at full power, as soon as we take the full power, boom, we slow way down, because we've all got these two sea anchors out there in the water, dragging us down, slowing us down, and thwarting our progress. And those two sea anchors are guilt and blame. Guilt about everything. Gosh, guys, we are... I mean, it's amazing as human beings how much guilt we carry around. Look, everybody's made mistakes. Everybody's done stupid stuff. Everybody's failed. Everybody's fallen down. Everybody's, failed to follow through on a commitment. And the list is endless, right? By the time we get to the end of our lives, we will have a laundry list of things that we could be both ashamed and regretful about if we allowed ourselves to do that. But here's the thing. There's not a thing in the world that you or I can do about what happened yesterday, or the day before, or even 5 minutes ago. That check is cashed, right? The only thing we can do is affect the moment of right now and how that impacts our future. So feeling guilty now, here's what happens. Feeling guilty now is looking in the past. Well, you can't go down a freeway at 75 miles an hour and see where you're going if you're looking behind you. And anytime you're dwelling on the past and feeling guilty about anything, you're looking behind you, which means you're not looking forward and out there in front of you. That's where the promise is. That's where the fortune is. That's where your new life waits for you. It's not back there, right? When the past calls, send it to voicemail. It doesn't have anything new to say, right? The next sea anchor that's holding us all back is blame. And blame is an easier one to explain. Every one of us, it's our natural human tendency to want to find a scapegoat for what's happening in our lives, right? For our situations or our circumstances. Well, it's my boss's fault because of this, and it's my spouse's fault because of this, or it's the society's fault, or it's the darn Republicans, or the terrible Democrats, or the whatever you want to say. We're all, as humans, man, it's our nature to say, it's not me, it's got to be something else. But here's the thing. When we blame others for our circumstances, we relinquish the power to change them. I'm going to say that again. When we give up the responsibility for our circumstances, we also give up the power to do anything about it. See, if it's my wife's fault that I'm 20 pounds overweight because her cooking is so good, right? Then I got to wait for my wife to forget how to cook before I can lose weight. You see where I'm going with this? But it's not my wife's fault, is it? Because I decide how much to eat and what to eat and in what quantities and all the rest of that. That's my decision. I do that. So if I take ownership of that now, then I can just make different decisions and I can take my life in a whole new direction. And so each of us must do that. We've got to give up the guilt, guys. There's nothing behind us. And we've got to stop blaming others and take 100% responsibility for our lives. And when we do this, you will find a new power and a new authority and a new momentum and a new inertia. And you will not only go in the direction you want to go, but you will accelerate in the direction of your success. And that's the dose. Have a great week, everybody.